I'd off- oh my gosh, I already started funny. I often get asked, what is San Antonio embracing sexuality? It's a good question. So I'll try to go and explain it to you and hope that you get it with me. All right, so it's a group, right? We're a community, get together to explore, to figure out like who we are when it comes to our sexuality. In this world we live in, it's really confusing. There's a lot of mixed messages. There's these expectations, pressure, there's a lot of our resistance, and often in all that noise and chatter and pressure, it's hard for us to figure that out. So, for me, the first question is, who are you? That's the most important question. When it comes to your interest or lack of interest in sex, sexuality, yeah, who are you? And giving then yourself permission to be that person. Permission, the next step would be to tell people who you are. That's scary. That's a lot. So what is sexuality? I guess maybe that helped for me to find that. It's not just sex, absolutely not. It's much broader than that. There is the 5 Circles of Sexuality by the Interagency Gender Working Group. And they tell us that basically it's 5 different parts, right? There's intimacy, there's sensuality, there's gender identification and sexual orientation, then there's sexual health and reproduction, and then there's sexual practices and behaviors. So when you look at all of those different components that make up you, that's what we're talking about. It's not just about like what you choose to do in the bedroom or in the car or the kitchen or wherever it is that you do your thing. It's much broader. It's bigger. It's how you see your body, how you relate, how you talk to people, the ways in which you show up vulnerable. How about the ways in which you choose to dress? Which gender are you playing with that day? Or maybe it's about who you're attracted to. Or maybe it's about when you go to the doctor. Do you go to the doctor? Do you get checked? Do you see how your health is? And or it's also about what turns you on, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. And then when you start looking at all of that, then dynamics of like power, how power plays into things, and then agency. I got a little, I'm doing this live, so thanks to Alan for saying I have a sexy voice. Thank you. I think I do too. Okay, so continuing. So once people are on this journey to discover like who they are as a sexual being, or within their sexuality, then we move into, first when I invite you to tell someone, I give you permission, give yourself permission to be that person, to tell people who you are. And oftentimes it's easier to do that in a community of people that are doing the same thing. So San Antonio Embracing Sexuality is a group of people that are choosing to do this together, to be seen, to discover together. And I think that's the power of it. That's what makes it really meaningful. So what happens in a meeting? So we have, right now we're doing every Tuesday morning, Breakfast Taco Tuesday at a location central in San Antonio. There is monthly 1 or 2 cuddle parties every month. And the cuddle party, how that relates is that it's about really teaching skills to be able to better navigate your world around consent and boundaries and touch. That's platonic, but learning how to communicate, that being vulnerable and asking and dealing with no and rejection, how to say yes, and the dynamics that are really important to navigating yourself. And so of course you can take those skills and take them into other parts of your life, your relationships, your play partners, lovers, friends, everything. But again, it's just the building blocks for that healthy sexuality. And we do other things. I have to put more things on the calendar. I'm always saying put more things. But there's a lot of ideas that I have of movie nights, book club, just again, more information, more opportunity for you to learn to explain, figure out who you are, to share it with other people. And again, we really need this because in society there aren't these spaces. We don't have places where we can talk about ourselves in this way. This doesn't always feel safe too. In society, we're either highly sexualizing everything, so it's a sexualization of like all the things, one extreme. And then on the other side, we're like deeply repressing our sexuality. So you see us bouncing back and forth between these two. And so what I'm attempting to do is like, we'll leave them there because they're never gonna go away. And then like, let's look at like, what would it look like to have a healthy sexuality that's healthy for you and healthy for the people that you engage with. And of course, lots of people aren't there yet. They're not even ready to be able to be seen in with other people. I also provide one-on-one coaching where we can begin unwrapping all of these questions and thoughts, ideas, and if that can support you one-on-one, I'm here too. Of course, and more to come. I want to do more advanced things, but I need also a bunch of people that are willing to at least start here with me. Okay, I hope I explained well, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Love you.